everyone, Sparkle Sprinkler here. I want to welcome all of my new subscribers to my channel. Thank you so much for joining us here. Those of you that are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I was not going to film kitting this up for the squares, but after the video that I posted for the channel plans and the video for the unboxing, I decided with comments, I told y'all this was going to be a comment driven channel, and that's exactly what this is. So after seeing the comments on those videos, I decided I'm going to kit this up because I want to talk to y'all a little bit. So what I'm going to do is for sure get the numbers on my bottles. There are 70 colors, and just chit chat with you a little bit. And then I don't know, it's late, I may do, start putting some diamonds in the bottles. I don't know, we're just going to play this by ear, but I would like to watch these two videos for the next couple of days and come back and be filling bottles and see what kind of comments and questions I get there, and then I can kind of stretch this out over a couple of days. I don't know when you'll see this video. We'll see. It'll be soon, very soon. But I want to watch those videos for a couple of days and keep those comments and make my notes so I can kind of talk with y'all while I'm kitting this up. So tonight we're going to for sure just get the numbers on the bottles. There are 70 of them. Y'all, there's a lot more interest in this series than what I initially thought, and I'm thankful for that. I really hope that it helps y'all. You can take what I do and tweak it, or you can just do what I do and run with it. The way I do it is not carved in stone. What works for me may not work for you, but at least it'll give you some ideas as to where you go with it. I am planning, after seeing some of these comments, I'm going to make some videos. I think I'm going to sit down just one day and just film several different videos, because I've got some ideas now based on comments, and kind of give you a preliminary, just start us off strong, and maybe that will help to not be so much talking before we actually just really get this started. That way I can reference back to those videos that I'm going to be filming. So I'll just sit down and I'll film them, probably all in an afternoon, and then just release them, maybe one a week until the 1st of February. Just kind of getting y'all ready for this, because there's a lot more interest to this than I thought. A lot more subscribers due to it. So y'all share this. Y'all aren't the only ones that struggle with squares. I struggled with them. I'm telling you, it was something. And I finally, it was several things that were keeping me from getting my diamonds straight. And that's going to be in some of the videos that I'm going to film. I am going to be getting I've got some blank canvases that are like 30 by 40s, I think they are, and I think I'm going to grid off of that blank canvas so that you can really see what I'm doing, because mine is an 80 by 80, and it's going to be hard. You can't see the whole thing in my camera. I can't get my camera high enough for you to see the whole thing. So I think I'm going to do one on a 30 by 40 blank canvas, so you can really see with some very dark washi tape. And then I've got a square canvas. I don't remember what size that is, but it will fit in the frame, and grid it. It's one that I'm never going to do. It's a cheap one. I think it was in a mystery pack or something. I don't remember where I got that or when I got it. And I will grid that one off so that way you can see it on the plain white and you can clearly see what I'm doing. And then do it on that canvas. I think it's 70 inches long and maybe 30 wide. I don't remember. But I'm going to pull that canvas out because, like I said, I'm not going to use it. It's not something that it's not a good quality. Let's just put it that way. And I'll just grid that out on that one so you can see it on the plane and then also on a printed canvas, so you can get two views of it, because my Kudel's is at 80 by 80 and I do it all in one long strip of washi across it. It's 80 centimeters wide, and you won't be able to see all of it and what I'm doing in the camera, so I'm going to just do it on that canvas. And I'm also going, I've got like 10 of those blank canvases, and I'm going to pull out some of the worst drills that I've got, some back from 10 years ago that I still have, so from my very first order on AliExpress that was so bad, because not all of you are going to have a Kudel's, and you may have some very bad drills, a lot of trash in them, and that way I can kind of refresh myself on those drills back from when, because I mean the quality of your drills can also affect how they lay on that canvas and the outcome. And I'm going to take that blank canvas and I'm just going to start laying some drills down. I've already pulled them. I did that this afternoon. Let me show you. I got some of the brightest colors that I could find in different shades. So you should be able to see these very clearly on that white clear canvas. And I'm going to lay these down and just show you what I found with how I went from tray to canvas and how it affected how my drills were going down on that canvas. Y'all, it's many things. It's the way you sit in front of your canvas, how your canvas is positioned in front of you, the quality of your drills. Those of you that won't be having a Kudel's, that way you can see it from Kudel drills and regular old-fashioned, I'm talking 10-year-old trash-filled drills. I mean, when I was dumping these, y'all, I forgot how bad our drills were back then. Let me see which one it was. This one. I don't know if you can see all that. Let me see if I can zoom you down. See all those pieces of trash in there? I mean, these are the worst drills. They're not completely flat back. They're concaved. And there is a ton of trash in these. So that way I can show you with bad drills and then with Kudel's drills as well, because, well, I shook those out in the tray the other night. And there's the rhinestone ones, y'all. If these are anything like the ones in the rhinestones, they're going to be amazing. Amazing. And I shook some of these out in that Kudel video that I posted up for you, and they are incredible. So if you're not going to order a Kudel to work alongside with me with a Kudel, in that video, if you didn't watch it all, towards the end, I go into Kudel's and I tell you how much the prices are on them. You know, 35 by 35 would be okay. It's not going to give you much practice area. But if you wanted to get the free shipping, you could order several of those 35 by 35s and have different colors. Because, you know, it does look different by different colors. Or you can just get you a 40 by 40 or a 50 by 50. That'll give you plenty of practice. Okay? But if there's going to be a lot of you that already have squares, and you may not have, you may have Temu. I don't know what Temu squares look like. I don't know what any other companies look like. I've only ordered squares from Kudel's, and like I said, in my Q&A from Dreamers Designs and Diamond Art Club and Ever Moment, that's where all of my squares have come from. So I don't know about Temu's qualities. So you may have some Temu's. You may have some, you know, cheaper diamond paintings. And this way you can see me working with some cheaper diamonds as well. And I'll give you some tips, because you're going to have gaps, okay? The only diamonds that I have ever found that did not have gaps in them is Every Moment. That is the only diamonds that I have ever found that did not have gaps. Even some of my Diamond Art Clubs do. You're going to have gaps. With lower quality drills, even more so, because of the quality control on them. So when you're up close to it, that may be what's throwing a lot of you off too, is the gaps in the drills. Don't let that bother you. When you step away from it, the gaps are not going to matter, okay? And I mean, I started out on bad quality drills, so I can give you some tips on those as well, because that's what I learned on. Then when I got to Every Moment, it was like, oh my God, I'll never go back. But y'all, Every Moment's just too expensive. There's no way I could afford. I could probably buy 10 Every Moments for what I just paid for all of that haul from Temu. They are just so expensive. And there was no way to build my stash up with Every Moments. There's just no way in the world to do that. So I'll do that. I'll lay some of these bad drills down on this blank canvas, and I'll show you how I made them work for me. Just getting them on the canvas, because you're gonna have some that are bigger, some that are smaller, all the things, and that way you can see that they will work. Okay. Y'all, I am very excited about this. I am so ready to get this started. And I hope y'all are excited over it. From the comments, it seems like y'all are. And I really, really hope it helps you. Because I know the struggle. It took me several years, y'all, to finally get my diamonds to where they were, you know, I just could not stand that they were so crooked. I just could not stand it. And a lot of it, like I said, was from tray to canvas, the way I held my hand. And once I started lining out I got one thing worked out, and then I realized I was having problems with something else. And I said, okay, I got one thing resolved now. Let's move on and let's see what I can do to stop this. You just got to figure out what the problem is. And that's what I was telling you in that video. If you have a Cudil's, I think it was like $15 was the most expensive for 50 by 50. If you have a Cudil's, then we know it's not your diamonds. We know it's the way you're placing those diamonds down. The way you're sitting, even. I had to learn to sit a certain way. And y'all, once I got okay, I'm now seeing what's causing this problem. It's by the way I'm moving my hand from my tray to my canvas. And then once I program my brain, it took, you know, a couple of days to a week maybe to get myself in the habit of doing it a different way. And then I realized, okay, now I'm having this problem. What do I do here? And then I realized it was where I was sitting, you know, in conjunction with my canvas. Then I realized it was, okay, I got that taken care of. Now they're sort of straight. Now I got another problem. And then I've realized a lot of it was the diamond quality. And these diamonds here are 10 years old. So they are the worst of the worst. It was in the infancy of this craft. It had not been totally perfected yet. You're still going to get cheap diamonds, but I want it to where you know what to do, as much as I can tell you what to do in any circumstance. I mean, well, am I the professional and know all be all? No. But I'll just tell you what I know, what I've encountered, what I did to fix it. And the main thing is you watching me, how I put these down, and more so how I start out my square. That is the most important, is how you start your square diamond painting off. That makes everything fall into place. Is, for me, was how I started it. And once I learned, okay, I need to be starting this diamond painting like this, I'm learning now I get a better outcome if I start off doing this than if I just sit down and start putting diamonds down. It's a thing, y'all. It is a thing. Squares can be boogers, but they just give you so much more detail. So much more detail. And once you get it, you get it. And it's like riding a bike after that. Now, rounds, I don't know about those, y'all, but I've got a bunch of rounds now. And I am determined that I will be conquering those rounds in 2026. How, I don't know yet, but if I can figure out squares, surely I can figure out rounds. We're just gonna, we're just gonna trug away at this. And y'all, as I work on this diamond painting, do not hesitate to ask questions, okay? Ask me anything, and I'll do my best to answer it. Do not hesitate to ask me as many questions as you need or want to ask, because that's what this is for. Don't think, well, I'm not going to bug her with this. No, ask me. Now, I will say that, I'm so new at this. I'm having trouble sometimes that I think I've seen all the comments, and then I realize that I missed a comment 10 days ago. So if I don't answer, I answer every comment that I see. So if I don't answer your question, ask it again. Okay? Because it's not that I'm ignoring you, it's that I did not see it. So I just found one, I think it was, I don't remember who it was from, that was 10 days ago. I found that the day that I filmed, that I did the channel directions. And y'all felt awful because why did I not see that? And the comment section, I haven't quite figured out how to see all of my comments without backing totally out and getting back in there. So I'll get that figured out. This is so new to me, y'all. There's so many new things to learn. And I know that there's ways to shorten the link for the items that I leave. I just haven't figured that out yet. So my links are going to be long. And I'll get that figured out as we go. It's just one thing at a time. I'm having to learn every time I do something. I'm having to research how to do it. So if I don't answer your question or comment, y'all please say, hey, I left this and you didn't leave me a heart. If there's not a heart on there for me, I did not see your comment. And say, I just want to make sure you saw this. I'm not trying to bug you. Just don't think you're bugging me. Just tell me, I'm reposting this because I don't think you saw my comment. Okay? Especially if it's a question. Because I want to see every comment there is. And I'm going to have to spend some more time trying to figure out the easy way to keep up with your comments on here. Because once this series starts, I want to make sure I answer every single one of them. So, just leave it again if I don't answer it, y'all. And especially if you don't see that little red heart, because that's my acknowledgement that I saw you. Okay? I've tried to find something different, but it won't. It only gives me the heart to do it. So I will learn as I go. That is exactly what has been happening since October 18th. I have learned as I've went with this. So y'all be patient with me. Like I said, I know my links are long. I just haven't figured out how to make them shorter. I know there's a way. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. But y'all, I'm just excited for what's to come. I'm just excited for it. Okay, y'all, I'm about done with this. I don't know if you'll see me kit this up. At least you saw me get the numbers on the bottles. That's all I can think of right now. If I think of anything else, I'll turn the camera back on. I'm not going to put the diamonds in yet. I'm going to wait and watch these videos a couple of days for the comments to see if there's anything new that pops up. And then I'll come on and I'll kit this up probably mid-January, and then that way if there's anything else that pops up, then I know I can talk to y'all while I'm putting the diamonds in the bottles. But for right now, they're numbered, one thing down, and we'll go from there. Alright, everybody, I will see y'all in your videos, in the video tomorrow. And if you have any questions, leave me some questions on this. I don't know exactly when you'll see this. I'll post it up somewhere in the next couple of days. Okay, y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.